Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some player props I like over on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Friday, December the 12th. We got 7 games on Friday night, so finally we got sort of a bigger slate. We've had a lot of 2-game slates lately, had 4 games on Thursday night, got 7 games on Friday night, decent slate. I've got 3 early player props I like for tonight. Taking a first look at the board on Thursday night, recording this video the night before. Going to give out 3 picks, give some information and some analysis behind why I do like these 3 plays. Now, before we get started, guys, make sure that you hit that like button down below if you enjoy these Prizepicks videos. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have a Prizepicks account, make sure that you go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH. When you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code, play $5, you'll get $50 worth of free lineups for signing up and using code NOAH. And then also, we do have a partnership with Sleeper, so I do want to give a shout out to Sleeper. If you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can download the Sleeper app, use promo code NOAH over there. You'll get your first deposit matched up to $100, and you'll also get a free $20 entry. So free entry on Sleeper just for signing up and using code NOAH. That's no deposit required, so you don't have to put in any money to get that free entry. So this is a win-win for you guys. It's basically a no-brainer. There's no reason to not try out the Sleeper app when they're giving you a chance to win money without even having to put any money in. Definitely check them out, guys, while they're doing this promotion. They've been doing this new user offer for about a month now. I think it's permanent. It might be something that they continue to do. And while they are doing it, I do want to promote it to you guys because I think it's a great way for you guys to be able to, potentially win some money on Sleeper without even having to, deposit any money. So check them out. Use that code NOAH. Get that free entry and get your first deposit matched up to $100. But we got 3 picks to talk about here, guys, for Friday's NBA slate. Now, I do want to recap the plays that we gave out in Thursday's video before we talk through our Friday plays. So Thursday, we gave out 2 picks. We gave out Malik Monk over 14.5 points, which did hit. Monk currently has 15 points, started the 4th quarter, so that hit. We paired that with Robert Williams under 1.5 assists, and Robert Williams did not play Thursday night, so that pick was voided. It was a DMP, so we went, I guess we went 1-0 on our plays for Thursday, but, we paired the Monk prop with a, DMP, so our 2-pick lineup from Thursday night just got refunded. So, gonna get back at it here for Friday, guys. Got 3 picks. Let's go ahead and break these down. So the first prop that I like for Friday night is a points plus rebounds prop. And we're going to take Nikola Vucevic for more than 24. Well, it was at 24.5. Now it's at 25.5. So I think we're actually going to pivot here. Instead of taking 25.5 points plus rebounds, we're going to take 28.5 PRA. I was going back and forth between PRA and PR for Vooch. They had his PR at 24.5, and they bumped it up to 25.5. Then they bumped it back down, and now it looks like they bumped it back up again. At 25.5 PR, I think I would rather go with PRA. There's obviously a 3-point difference there. We'll talk about kind of why I like PRA instead. But overall, I think this is a really good spot for Vooch going up against the Hornets. The Hornets have historically been a pretty good matchup for opposing centers. This season, they've been a pretty good matchup for centers so far. They've been a team that you can definitely beat around the rim, at the rim, in the paint. If you look at points in the paint allowed this season, the Hornets have given up the 5th most points in the paint, and I also believe they are top 10 in points allowed to centers. So really good spot here overall for Vooch to be able to have success. And if you look at Vooch's game log lately, he has had some down games as of late. Only 18 PRA against Golden State, only 14 against Indy, only 27 against Brooklyn. I believe his minutes were down in some of those games, though. The game against Golden State, they got blown out. They lost by like 30 points. He only played 24 minutes. The game against the Pacers, he only played 26 minutes. They lost by 15. The game against Brooklyn, he did play full minutes, but he shot the ball terribly in that game because I remember I had an over on Vooch that day against Brooklyn, and he shot like 5 for 15 or something. Just really bad efficiency. But before that, good game against Orlando, good game against the Pacers. Pretty good spot here for Vooch, like we said, going up against the Hornets. A good matchup overall. And although the Bulls are starting to get healthy again, they've dealt with some injuries this year. They've missed Kobe White for some games. Kobe White's back now. They still don't have a couple guards. Like I think, Kevin Huerter's still out. Looks like Trey Jones is going to be back for this game. honestly, Kobe White coming back, like I don't think it's really that bad for Vooch. And if you actually look, Vooch has been pretty good in the games he's played with Kobe White this season. Now it's only a 6-game sample, but in 6 games with Kobe White this year, 35 PRA, 37 PRA, 42 PRA, 30 PRA, and then there was 2 games where he really struggled, had 14 and then had 18. Those were the last 2 games, but again, in those 2 games, he only played 26 minutes and 24 minutes. But against Charlotte earlier this season, today's matchup, he had 30 PRA. Against the Wizards, 42 PRA. Against Portland, 37. And then against Utah, he had 35. So clearly, just based off that sample, Kobe White playing with Vooch has not really necessarily hurt Vooch. Vooch has had really good games playing alongside Kobe White this year. And this is definitely a spot where Vooch can have success against a team that does struggle around the rim, that struggles giving up points in the paint. And Vooch typically does well against guys like Ryan Kalkbrenner, like unexperienced centers, rookies, guys that aren't, that polished on the defensive end. Kalkbrenner's a good shot blocker, but he's definitely not the most experienced defensive big man. So I think this is a spot where Vooch can have success. I like him for more than 28.5 PRA here. Vooch is one of those guys that not only can he score, but he also rebounds pretty well, and he's a big man that can get some. He can get some assists. And that's kind of why I chose his PRA at 28.5 instead of his PR at 25.5. If you look, Vooch is favored for 2.5 assists here, and he's had, for what it's worth, he's had at least 3 assists in 3 of his last 5 games. He's had some games where he's had 5 assists, 6 assists, so he does give you that assist upside to go along with the scoring and the rebounding that should be there in this spot. For what it's worth, he did have 13 points, 14 rebounds against the Hornets earlier this season, also had 3 assists in that game. But I definitely like this matchup for Vooch. I think it sets up really well for him. Going to take him for more than 28.5 PRA. Now, the next prop that I like is a points prop. We're going to take Dyson Daniels for more than 11.5 points. So Dyson Daniels just been really solid this year. He's gone over this line in 4 of his last 5 games, continues to play huge minutes every single night. If you look at his minutes just as of late, he's consistently been getting like 36 minutes in competitive games. Played 36 minutes against the Wizards, 34 against Denver, 35 against the Clippers. He lost some minutes for blowout in that game. Played 37 against Detroit. Played 44 in an overtime game against Philadelphia. This is a spot where, it projects to be a competitive game. It's a 6-point spread against the Pistons. In a competitive game, I think we're getting like 36 minutes from Dyson Daniels as long as he avoids foul trouble. And without Kristaps Porzingis, who is out today, also no Trae Young as well, this is a spot where they're going to need offense. And we've seen Dyson Daniels really step up in the absence of Trae Young and in the absence of Porzingis this year. If you look this season in games without Trae Young and without Porzingis, Dyson Daniels, he is over this points prop in, I believe, half his games, 5 out of 10 games. He's had 4 games where he's gone under by 2 points or less. He had 10 points, 10 points, 10 points, and 11 points. And if you look at the games where one of the games where he went under, like he shot 5 for 14. Some of those games he went under as well. He did. So he did play full minutes in those games, but like he shot 5 for 14 in one of the games he went under. Had a couple games where he shot 5 for 8, 5 for 8. But against Detroit earlier this year, he did, go under this points prop. That game was without Porzingis and without Trae Young, but that was also the game where, again, he shot 5 for 14. Like, just really poor and inefficient shooting, 35% from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. If we're going to get, 35, 36 minutes, though, from Dyson Daniels here, I think we can get 12 points, especially, without Trae and without Porzingis. They just need offense right now, and Dyson Daniels is a player that can provide that. Now, overall, is this like the best matchup? I would say probably not. I mean, Detroit defensively this year has been pretty solid, but Dyson Daniels is going to have the opportunity to score because he's just going to be on the court for so many freaking minutes. And when he's playing that many minutes, I would bet on him going over this line more times than not. They're going to need him for defense. I'm assuming he'll be tasked with guarding Cade Cunningham here. That does bring a little bit of foul trouble risk, but again, if Dyson avoids fouls, the minutes are going to be there. He's been consistently going over this line this season without Trae and without Porzingis. And I like the role for him right now. Just the minutes are so secure, and as long as he avoids foul trouble, I don't see that changing. So I like Dyson Daniels for more than 11.5 points. I think you could also look at his PR. That was also a prop that I was looking at, his points plus rebounds. He's been going over that a little bit more consistently because he's just been rebounding extremely well. Like there was a couple games where he had 10 points, but he had like 8 rebounds. So if you want to take 17.5 PR instead of points, like I don't mind that either. I feel a little bit better about the points. I think needing Dyson to get 6 rebounds, I'm a little iffy on. Obviously, if you get 6 rebounds or more, then you're going to prefer taking PR. But I feel a little bit better about the points prop on Dyson. But he does have a better hit rate if you're into that kind of stuff. He does have a better hit rate on his PR because a lot of the games, like I said, where he went under points, he still went over PR because he had 11.7 rebounds. He had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 10 points, 8 rebounds. But again, I prefer the points prop between the two. And then the last prop that we're going to take is on the rebounds category. Going to go to the Wizards-Cavs game. I like Marvin Bagley for less than 6.5 rebounds. So this is a play that I like, but it's also a play that I think the market likes as well. I was looking at some early sportsbook odds, and right now on DraftKings, Marvin Bagley, he's like minus 140 favored to go under 6.5 rebounds. So the early sportsbook odds like Bagley's under here. Now, sportsbook odds can definitely flip. A player can be favored, the market can favor him one way or the other the night before, and then more data comes out, projections come out, and the lines can switch and can flip on us. But right now, the market seems to like this under on Bagley, and after digging into it a little bit, it's a play that I like as well. So Marvin Bagley has been starting at center for the Wizards lately just because they've been dealing with some injuries. Alex Sarr has been out, which has put Bagley in a spot where he's been thrusted into a bigger role, playing more minutes. He has started the last 4 games. In those 4 games, he's played 29 minutes, 26 minutes, 26 minutes, and 19 minutes. Last game, he did play 19 minutes because it was a blowout. And this is another spot where I think there is some blowout risk. So that's one out that we have is Bagley could definitely lose minutes if this game does turn into a blowout, which the spread in this game is 14.5. They're going to be facing the Cavs, who, have been a good team this year. They haven't been quite as dominant as they were like at the beginning of the season, but the Cavs are still a team that should blow out this Wizards team, and I don't think that Bagley would play blowout. Like I looked at the recent blowout they had, and he didn't get garbage time. They played Anthony Gill in garbage time. They have Tristan Vucevic as well that they can play. So they've got other centers they can give minutes to where, like, if this game gets out of hand, Bagley's probably not getting garbage time run. So not only is there blowout risk here, it's also a really bad matchup against Cleveland. Cleveland's historically been a really tough team to rebound against. Now, they don't have Jared Allen right now, so without Jared Allen, I think the matchup is slightly better for Marvin Bagley, but it's still not great. He's still going to be matching up against Evan Mobley a lot. Evan Mobley is a great defender. He does a pretty good job keeping opposing centers off the glass. He boxes out really well. Just a tough guy to rebound against. Cleveland, again, historically been a tough matchup for centers to get rebounds. I want to say last season, if you look, I think Cleveland gave up, like, in terms of rebounds allowed per game to centers, I want to say they were like bottom 10 in rebounds allowed to centers last year. So, like, it's just not a great rebounding spot for Bagley. It's also a game that has a ton of blowout risk. And if you look at Bagley the last 4 games as a starter, he has led the team in rebound chances in those games, 13 rebound chances. But like the last few games, his rebound chances have been a little bit down. Like, he hasn't been as aggressive on the glass as of late. He's also had some matchups, against Atlanta. I mean, that's like not even a bad spot for rebounding. And he still only had 3 rebounds in that game. Now, sure, he only played 20 minutes, but I mean, 3 rebounds in 20 minutes from a per minute standpoint, obviously that's not great. The game against Boston, I think he did play close to full minutes there. He played 26 minutes, still went under this line. But like the last few games, the rebound chances have been a little bit down for Marvin Bagley. I'm trying to pull it up on my other computer or on my other monitor. It's being a little bit slow right now. But regardless, I think this is a tough spot for Bagley to be able to have success on the boards. Cleveland, a team that just rebounds really well, keeps opposing centers off the glass. There's blowout risk here. Just enough factors working against Bagley for me to like this under on his rebounds line. So that's what we're going to roll with, guys, as our 3 props for this Friday NBA slate, taking Vooch over 28.5 PRA, Dyson Daniels over 11.5 points, and Marvin Bagley less or under on 6.5 rebounds. So like these 3 picks. Let's see if we can go 3-0 for Friday night, guys. Make some money on this slate. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching these Prizepicks videos. Make sure to hit that like button down below before you do get out of here. Hit that subscribe button as well. And again, guys, if you don't have an account over on Prizepicks, make sure that you go sign up. Use that promo code NOAH when you do sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code. Play $5. You'll get $50 worth of free lineups for signing up and using code NOAH. But Good luck again, guys. Let's win some money tonight. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.